as many of you know, I've been blogging at sweetsalon.com for 7-8 years now, I guess since 2005, 2006. And over the years, it's transitioned from being my own personal kind of weblog to social and political commentary about Sierra Leone. Since I left Sierra Leone in 2011 and moved back to the US to get my master's, I've been struggling to keep the blog alive and figuring out what to do with it and how to keep it going. So January I went back to the US and I was like, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I closing the blog? What am I going to do? So I've decided that I really do want to keep it going, and so I'm like, well, how do I do it? So I've decided to do weekly weblogs about Sierra Leone news and things that are going on both locally and in the diaspora, and also on the internet and Facebook and Twitter, just to basically have a weekly jam session about everything Sierra Leone. So basically what it's going to be is weekly news roundups. Each week I'll bring you the top 5 things that are making the news in Sierra Leone and the diaspora, and I'll also tell you about what's going on Facebook, maybe even some of the things I get sent to me from Sierra Leone via WhatsApp. So here's the first week. So today's Easter Sunday. I know many of you at home chilling, you know, having a good time and spending lots of time with family. In Sierra Leone, it would have meant lots of beaching and lots of outings, club outings, community outings, church, boku outing past outing. So that's what would have happened in Sierra Leone today, and I've seen on Facebook it definitely. But in the news this week, some good things and not so good things happened. So I'll start off with I don't know how you guys feel about this, but basically 14 soldiers who have been charged with mutiny in the Sierra Leone army. They've been arraigned in court and charged with mutiny. And I don't know if I'm being but this is the guy that way last year na Tekobax na Makeni, like news being come out say Anes, President Anes they go Makeni, and then like say they want kidnap or something like that kind of happened last year. I don't know if you heard about it. I don't even know if it's been a year yet. But basically they've charged them to court, and the charge is that they wanted to mutiny, and the prosecutor in the court case says that all of them, the 14 men, agreed that President Ernest Bai Koroma will no longer rule and work for Sierra Leone. This was reported in politicosl.com, which is a website, and you can check out the story there. When this story broke, initially I was worried because I thought, oh my god, you know, because Sierra Leone is post-conflict, anytime you hear something that's army related, you tend to worry. But then as the news came out, it was like, well, we're not even sure if there was an actual mutiny, if they were really trying to kidnap the president, or if these guys are just disgruntled military army men. So we really don't know, because they've been held for almost a year with no trial. They just now took them to trial, and they've not had any bail. So this is one of those ones where you're like, I don't know what to say. Also in the news, I know everybody heard about this one. 24-year-old Musu Kone, who's a runner from Sierra Leone, actually holds the record for 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters, both for Sierra Leone and Liberia. Became the first Sierra Leonean woman to like ever really participate in the London Marathon, which happened about a week and a half ago. She placed 20th, which is really amazing, because we all know that like athletes don't really get the kind of support they need in Sierra Leone. But then the other part was that like as soon as she crossed the finish line in 20th, nobody saw her, and so there was all this thing like, oh, she's run away, you know, to seek asylum in the UK, etc., and nobody basically had heard anything from her. Lots of speculations. This week The Guardian reports that she's actually made contact with her fellow runner, who is Idrissa Kargbo, who is also on like this representing Sierra Leone. So when I heard this story, of course you think about, I think there were some Sierra Leonean athletes who had also run away in Australia. There was something about a football team in Europe at some point. Like, this happens, and it's not just Sierra Leone that it happens to. And I don't know if Musu is planning to go back to Sierra Leone, because she called Idrissa, her running mate, and told him that she was okay. She said she wanted to go to Sierra Leone according to what he said in the story, but we don't know if she's going to go back. And again, it's one of those things where you're like, if I was an athlete running for Sierra Leone, you know, without any support from the government, the way she actually got to the London Marathon, an Australian woman, I think, who lives in Sierra Leone, helped raise funds for her to go. I think the lady's name is like Joe Dunlop. And so she has no support from the government, and there's no real sports infrastructure. So it's like, and she actually is in Sierra Leone. Musu is a police officer, and you wonder, like, I can't really blame her for wanting a better life or thinking that going to the UK or staying in the UK as an illegal immigrant, she might have a better chance at a better life. But at the same time, you can't help to think that, like, this could be the end of her running career if she decides to not go to Sierra Leone. So I don't know, like, I'm really happy for her, because really to be able to come 20th, like, no support, like, she must have some amazing raw talent. But then also knowing kind of the way things are in Sierra Leone, I'm like, you can't really blame her, to be really honest. So yeah, when I heard about that, it kind of made me a little sad, because, you know, clearly she has so much potential and she should be running for Sierra Leone. We need that. It's like, there's nobody else like her there, but it's like country, personal, like, which do you choose and what's the best choice? So I don't know. In my heart though, I do want her to go back to Sierra Leone, and I hope that somebody somewhere can help support her and get her in a place where, like, she feels like she can stay in Sierra Leone and she still has potential, like the ability to reach her fullest potential there in sports. The other thing that's making news in Sierra Leone is that the Gambia has banned all flights from Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea on orders from the president, Yahya Jammeh, who is afraid of Ebola clearly spreading there. I don't know if this is necessarily the most efficient way to keep Ebola from spreading to the Gambia. Also, I mean, it just doesn't kind of make any sense. Other countries, other than the Gambia, the US, the UK, are allowing Sierra Leonean flights to go to and from. So I don't really know what's going on. This was reported in Business Day, bdlive.co.za, which is businessdaylive.co.za. You can check the story out. The thing is, while I think there have been cases of Ebola in the Guinea, the Ministry of Health, which is headed by our friend, she's not really our friend, but I just want to say that, by Ms. Cargbo, says that we actually don't have any real cases of Ebola in Sierra Leone yet. So I don't know. The other thing is, do you really trust the Sierra Leonean government when it comes to health? Like, are they really going to tell people the truth? I mean, everybody's panicked. Like, nobody really knows. That's the thing. It's like, information is just like not as easy. But we hope that as public servants, like, the Ministry of Health is telling us the right information when they say that there have been no cases of Ebola in Sierra Leone. So wait till me go tell people that anyways, not for just whatever it is, Ebola, no Ebola, try to stay clean, wash your hands when you come in contact with people, carry antibacterial, whatever you need to do. Just kind of like be a little bit more cautious than you would be normally. The other thing that's happened in Sierra Leone this week, or that's not really happened in Sierra Leone but that's in the news, is that in January 2015 the Echo is going to replace the Leone, and Sierra Leone, Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Guinea will launch this common currency, which will form the West African Economic Monetary Union, and which will be the West African Monetary Zone, so WAMS. And so we'll all have single currency like the CFA. I'm really looking forward to this because I feel like it's going to make the trade a lot easier for us if they can pull it off next year in January. Because right now, if you have CDs and the minute you land in Nigeria, which is 45 minutes away by plane, like, your money becomes useless. You have to convert it to dollars to get, like, it just doesn't work. Like, if we're really talking about ECOWAS being as real as it should be, then it should, you know, be that way. And last but not least, the Rainbow Center in Sierra Leone, which is now currently run by the IRC, says that Kono, which is the diamond-rich district of Sierra Leone, has the highest number of reported rape cases. This information is from the Koidu Government Hospital, which is the big regional hospital there in Kono district. Yeah, this just means that more people in Kono are reporting rape. It doesn't necessarily mean that there are more rape cases happening in Kono. I don't know if you understand the difference, because sometimes maybe the environment in Koidu Hospital makes it people feel like they can come forward much more easier in the community than Freetown or maybe elsewhere. Or it could be that there are just more rape incidents, which, if you want to say that like some of the sexual violence is kind of like things left over from the Civil War, and Kono having been such a like hot seat for the conflict in Sierra Leone, then it might kind of make sense. But nobody's done any study to say that like there's any strong correlation to say that, so we don't know. So yeah, the other thing, yeah, that's it. So that's everything that's making news. I think the top 5 things that's making news in Sierra Leone right now, that I'm reading from my laptop. So, and my laptop just went to sleep, so I'm gonna turn it on so that I can not forget anything. So yeah, so that's everything. So 14 soldiers are charged with mutiny in Sierra Leone. Apparently they were trying to kidnap or hurt the president, we don't know. Musu Kone, 24-year-old Sierra Leonean marathon runner, went to London. She did really well, came 20th, then she disappeared, and then we finally heard from her, and she says she's okay, she wants to go to Sierra Leone, but we don't know if she's gonna come back. 290 rape cases reported in Kono's Koidu Government Hospital, making Kono District, Kono District therefore has the highest number of rape cases reported. In January 2015, the ECHO will replace the Leone. Gambia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Liberia, and Guinea will have one currency. And then last but not least, Gambia has banned all flights to and from Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone because they say they don't want us to give them Ebola. Although our Minister of Health says that there have been no cases of Ebola in Sierra Leone. Now, my favorite part, what's up on Facebook? So, you know, we're on Facebook. Sierra Leoneans love Facebook. I love Facebook. I live on Facebook. I mean, everybody knows, like, I wake up and after I send like good morning to my booski, like the next thing I'm doing is on Facebook. So one of the things that's on Facebook right now on the Visit Sierra Leone Facebook page, which you can check out, is our photos from the Radisson Blu Mamiyoko Hotel, which has just been opened. I mean, all of you, if you're from Sierra Leone, then you know Mamiyoko, but it's been taken over by Radisson Blu, which is a 4 or 5-star hotel and hospitality brand. But the funny thing is, Lamran Abba, who's also a journalist in Sierra Leone, posted on his Facebook page that after the president went to see the hotel, he's fired Samuel Bangura, who's the director of NACID, Jibril Sako, who's the deputy director general, and Idris Touré, who's the director of investments. Apparently, or supposedly, the president was not impressed with the hotel. So I don't know, but if Lamrana said he got that information via WhatsApp, I don't know who sent it to him, he doesn't say, but apparently those people have been relieved from NACID. This is relevant because NACID's actually one of the investors in the Radisson Blu Mamiyoko Hotel, so it's like a public-private partnership. Also, on the lighter side of things, on Spider-Man WAF ENT's page, he has a poster up saying that famous, you know, Kopo Don Love Go kind of famous, is having a concert on April 20th at the Family Kingdom Hotel. And then last but not least, in the US diaspora, the GWB Commission, which is the Green, White, and Blue Commission, is having its 6th annual Green, White, and Blue Ball at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. That's going to happen on April 26th. Famous concert is on April 20th. And that is everything that's making the news on Sweet Salon this week. So thank you, and hope to see you next week. If you have any comments, write them down below. Suggestions, this is the first one, like I said. Want to make them short and sweet, and I hope that this would be a weekly conversation. And you guys can email me at info@VickieRemoe.com. And yeah, thank you, and over and out. SweetSalon.com.